Hey everyone, and welcome to our first ever Global Summit here with Coaching Minds. We are so excited to help you guys ignite your passion over the next 5 days. If you're tuned in, let us know where you're tuned in from. Drop a comment in the comments box and we'll get back to each and every single one of you. We're going to bring you into here. So Paula, we can see you're tuned in. It's wonderful to see you here. Charmaine, it's fantastic to see you. Frank, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Christian, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sabina, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. If you're on the replay, don't forget to hit hashtag replay and let us know that you're watching this so we can engage with you. If you have any questions, also drop them in the comments box and one of our speakers today will get back to you. So this session is our official launch. So I have 4 speakers backstage ready to come forward and share a little bit about passion with you to get the ball rolling over the next week. So here at Coaching Minds, we empower others to dive in, dig deep in, to ignite their passions so that together we can create a world fueled by love and kindness. And what way better to do this than through a 5-day global summit focused solely on passion. So I can see, Amy, you've tuned in. It's wonderful to see you here. Priya, it's also so great to see you. Thank you so much. We've got lots of people tuned in from around the world. That's absolutely fantastic. That's great. Are you ready to ignite your passion? Put a yes in the comments box if you're ready to ignite your passion. So over the next 5 days, we've got around 20 sessions with over 15 speakers around the world. We've got a global audience here, a global list of speakers, which is absolutely fantastic. There's going to be so much energy, so much wisdom, so much learning, so much experience for you to dive in and learn something every single day. We can see Sam, you're tuned in. That's absolutely wonderful. Christian saying yes, Charmaine saying yes, Sabina saying yes. Lots of yeses. That's absolutely fantastic. So let me know. I want to know, what is it that you want to achieve from this summit? What is it that you are looking for, looking to get from these next 5 days? Sabina is saying she's very excited. Frank is saying yes. This is fantastic. The energy coming through from the comments box is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. So what is it you want to achieve from our 5-day summit? Let us know below. And I'm just going to briefly talk to the structure. So if you are looking for the replay, all the replays, if you miss a session in the future, will be in our Summit pod. So that's in our Summit pod. So I will put the link in the comments box now. So that is hub.coachingminds.co.uk. You can find all the replays in there. You can find all our giveaways in there. You can engage with our speakers in there, and you can catch up with any worksheets or notes that our speakers share inside our pod. You can find our full list of events in the Facebook group. If you go to the events section, you can see what we've got planned each day, and there's a short video that we're going live with every day just to give you an overview of what is to come. So that's where you can find everything. So Paula Adams is saying she is looking for knowledge. Charmaine is saying she wants to learn from each one of us. Samantha is saying she wants to refuel her passions and end this year on a high note. That's absolutely fantastic. So lots of people want to learn, lots of people want to engage with us and end this year on a high note. Thank you so much for sharing that. So before I introduce you to some of our amazing speakers that we've got lined up and them coming forward and sharing a little bit on passion, I've got 5 questions that I want to share with you so you can start to spark your passion, start to think about your passion. And one thing I want to share with everybody today is we all think passion is something we find. And one thing I've learned on my own personal journey is that passion isn't something we find, it's something we feel. And when we feel our passion, we find our purpose. So how do we start to explore that? How do we start to feel that energy, that excitement, that passion that leads us to our purpose and the reason why we're here and how we can serve others? So the 5 questions to start to feel our passion I want to ask you are, first of all, nice and simple. What is it that excites you? What is it that excites you? And this can be anything. This can be locations. It could be places in the world. It could be music. It could be sports. It could be hobbies. What is it that gives you that excitement, that good energy that gets you going? So, and there's going to be a worksheet posted after this as well. It's editable online, so don't worry if you haven't got a notebook with you right now. You'll be able to access these questions afterwards. But what is it that excites you? I'm just going to share some more comments. We've got Christian here. I've recently become very aware that coaching is the way I need to go for myself, learn and grow, and to be able to help others in the future. It gives so much meaning in my head. Coaching is absolutely fantastic. And for those of you who don't know me, previously I suffered from depression in 2017, 2018, and it was coaching that has guided me to where I am today. Coaching's really helped me on my own personal journey, and it gives so much meaning. So Christian, if you are interested in coaching, then I do have a session later on today called Spark Your Inner Coach. You're more than welcome to attend and learn a little bit more about coaching and going from there. Sam says, hashtag feel your passion. Charmaine is saying, yes, feel your passion. Sabina is saying, I want to learn to really ignite my passion and live a purposeful life and learn from all the speakers the lessons to be aware of to move forward in life. And there's so many different sessions. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. From looking at, so we've got Joan Sward, who's going to look at the difference between therapy, coaching. We've got Paridi, who's going to be looking at the 5 law of attraction hacks. We've got Andini, who's going to be talking about how we can start off stronger. We're going to have lots of people. We're going to have Vijaya, who's going to come live and how we can prepare and set up our action zones. So there's a wide range of different topics covered, from personal development to spirituality, from coaching, lots of stuff, lots of learning. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Paula says engaging with people and learning from other cultures and traveling. And we're going to do that in this session. We're going to learn a lot from people. Christian saying, awesome. Sam saying, the history of humanity is a huge passion of mine, along with living simply. That's fantastic. Frank says, traveling, meeting many new friends around the world. So lots of things that excite you. So capture all this down, right? As many things that you can think of that excites you. The second question that I have is, what do you find easy to do? What comes to you naturally? What is simple for you to do? Write everything down. This can be work tasks. This could be hobbies. This could be things you like to enjoy. Whatever it is, sports, what comes easy to you? Sabina saying traveling, sharing kindness and helping people to live blissful lives, spiritually traveling, connecting with new people. Lots of amazing things that excites people. That's fantastic. Capture as much as you can. Is there any music that excites you? Any videos, motivational videos that you watch that excites you? Capture as much as you can down. The more you capture, the more easy it's going to be to start to feel your passion and find your purpose. So that's the second question. Question 3 is, what activities or things that you do make you feel present? So when you do these activities and time just disappears, it feels like you've been doing it for 5 minutes, but you've been sat there for maybe an hour, 2 hours. What is it? What activities, tasks make you feel the most present? That's question 4. Sorry, question 3. Question 4 is, what impact do you want to make to the world? What world issue really gets your passions going? Is it you have a passion to want to end hunger? Do you have a passion to want to end racism? Do you have a passion to want to help a certain type of audience? What is it? What world problem that really attracts you or really gets your passions going that you would like to solve? So that's question 4. And then question 5 is, what do you find yourself daydreaming about frequently? So in your own spare time, when your mind wanders, what do you find yourself daydreaming about frequently? So those are the 5 questions to start to think about passion, to start to feel passion. As I mentioned, there will be a worksheet posted in our pod, so you can access these, you can edit, you can capture it all in that space and really take that time to sit and reflect. When you've looked and you've answered these 5 questions, you can then take some time to reflect on the 5 of them, how you can pull them together and how you can start to look at making a passion cocktail, so you can start to look at doing more of what you enjoy and more of what you're sharing in the answers to those questions. So I'm going to jump to the comments one last time, and then I'm going to introduce you to our first speaker. So Amy says, music has been a passion of mine. That's amazing. Samantha says reading. She can do it all day, every day. Paula says connecting with other people through laughter and being open-minded. That's fantastic. That's really good and passionate. Laughter is definitely a tonic and gets that passion energy flowing. Frank says engaging in conversations and sharing experience learn about others. That's amazing. That's what we're going to be doing here at our summit. That's fantastic. Charmaine says, what excites me is school, food, music, movie, traveling, hobbies, family, friends, and more. That's amazing. Your passions are going. The world problem is food, hunger, and poverty. That's amazing. My heart goes for the poor. That's absolutely amazing. Samantha's saying amazing questions. Thank you. No, thank you, Sam. Thank you for taking your time to be here, and everybody who's tuned in to listen to these questions. So if you're tuning in late, don't worry. The questions, there's a replay available in our pod, and the questions will be on assessment. But this is to get you to start to think about your passion. Paula says, my passion is helping other people with childhood trauma and PTSD, anxiety, and perseverance through difficult real life situations I have experienced. That's amazing, Paul. It's amazing that you found that passion, a bit of purpose in there as well, which is absolutely amazing. And then finally, Sabina says, reading books and spending time in nature, listening to the bird chirps when I can help children suffering from chronic disease. That's absolutely fantastic. The engagement is great, guys. Keep this energy flowing. Keep sharing what you're passionate about in the comments box, and please continue to engage with our speakers. So our first speaker for today, for our official launch, is our program director, Adele Jacobs. So she's going to come live and she's going to share a little bit about how she found her passion and what tips she had to get to where she is today. So join me in welcoming Adele to our first Global Summit. Adele, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to jump off and I'm going to give you the space. And thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Paul. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today and joining Coaching Minds in our first summit. I'm going to share a bit of a story with you, my story. Basically, from how I lived without my passion and then having my passion ignited. For years, I basically lived like this. I worked, I went home, I slept, I got up. There was no enjoyment in my life, working-wise and personal-wise. There were certain aspects that I enjoyed about my work and my life, and certain aspects that I didn't. So mostly my energy was low, and there were voids in aspects of my life. Not fully understanding and knowing my passion, it affected my complete life, business and personal. I experienced feelings of, I felt a level of satisfaction, but a feeling of uselessness. Comfortable, but feeling of emptiness. And that's how I lived without knowing my passion. When my passion was ignited, excitement and complacency stepped in, but yet there's a sense of uncertainty. I've got a sense of delight and fullness, but there's no wealth, which is, for me, wealth is not always, it helped me to understand that wealth is not, and success doesn't mean that you have that passion. So for me, this session and this whole summit, by igniting your passion, is so key for people that are still exploring. And there are times that we fall back in exploring our passions and truly living it. And I'm going to go to the comments now because I can see these comments flying through. So yeah, I want to know from you guys, you can share in the comments, have you ever had that feeling that you have that level of satisfaction, but you're feeling useless? Or that comfortable feeling, but there's that void of emptiness? If you can share that for me in the comments. I'm just going to go through some comments. They're flying through. And really thank you guys for being here. Everyone is just greeting. Hi, Adele. Amy is saying hi, Adele. Paula is saying hi, Adele. Charmaine is saying Adele. Sorry, I'm just going to take it off. I can't see all the comments. Charmaine is saying, Adele, we're cheering for you. Adrian, thank you for joining us. Hello, Priya, thank you for joining us. Adrian is saying, helping others realize their true potential, helping people through depression and helping teens with disabilities. Adrian, I guess that is what your passion is and what you really want to do. Samantha is saying, the women I see today and night, amazing growth. Adrian is saying, Adele Jacobs, guys, the session is not about me. Has helped me personally through a lot. Thank you. I'm here to talk about my passion, and that is helping people. And when I lived without that, as I said, it's a void. You feel that like Paul said earlier, it's a feeling, it's that emotion that you miss. And I'm totally going off script here, that I've prepared to talk about. For me, living with my passion raised my energy. It happened. It creates the light in your life, joy and happiness. I think if you don't have those feelings, you lack that understanding of passion. And I know all our speakers that we have is going to speak a lot and really ignite our passions and open our minds to a lot of things that we need to go deep within and reflect on, and that we can learn from. I also want to share a few important points that can help you ignite your passion. I know Paul has already shared some, but this is what really helped me. Is does our work lead us away from our passions? Is to go and reflect. Are you are you going to work and you're not really living what you enjoy doing, what you love doing? Do we create our lives by following our passions? The connection between what we love and what we're good at, is that connection. That for me is key. You can be in a job and you cannot enjoy it, and because you don't love it. So that connection must be there, to follow that passion, that connection between what we love and what we're good at. Because normally when you do love something, you're good at it. But if you are doing something and you don't love it, you are not going to be good at it. It's that interlink that is so important. Do we love what we do and the tools and the mediums we work with to reach our goals and our intentions? For instance, musicians, they love music, they love the instruments. When you go to work or when you're at home, do you enjoy the things that's around you? Do you love it? And does that not what feelings and emotions does that bring for you? I just quickly want to go back to the comments. Sam is saying the summit is going to make such a difference in the lives of people who feel exactly that way. I'm just going to bring it up. This is just going to make... Paula is saying, yes, I had the feeling of just going through the motions of life, but not feeling alive. Priya is saying, thank you for sharing your story. Karen, thank you for joining us. Hello. Joined late lunch, but that stuff, no problem. You never late, never always on time. Sabina is saying, absolutely, doing what we love really helps us achieve more of the success. Sabina, thank you for sharing that. Adrian is saying, I have realized that as soon as you start living your passion, your entire perspective of life changes for the good. I cannot wait to explore this more. Adrian, thank you for sharing that. And that's exactly what I'm saying, is that importance of loving what you do and enjoying it. Why is it important to find something that you love? It's because it gives you that energy. It raises your vibration. It makes you more connected to everything. And that's a key factor that I've learned, is that everything is connected. And it interlinks. And if you link the correct things, you experience that joy and that happiness. the connection between what you love, your passion, what you're good at, your profession, what you can be paid for it, vocation, what the world needs in our mission. The center of all this is called I'm battling with the pronunciations, Ikigai. And I know Jonna is going to cover it on the 24th in her live that she's going to do, and really looking forward to it, to go deeper into it. And I just want to thank all you guys for being here. And I'm going to hand over back to Paul now.
Hey Adele, thank you so much. So it's Ikigai, and Yana will be covering that at the end. So thank you for covering the basic forms of Ikigai. It's a Japanese way of living, and it's going to be really exciting. Looking forward to what Yana is going to share with us on Friday. But Adele, thank you so much for sharing where you were and where you are on your journey. I can definitely resonate with that myself. Sometimes we can chase what we think is success, what society wants us to chase, and at times it's not what we want inside. We don't have that passion or that pull to do what we want to do. So thank you so much, Adele, and we look forward to seeing and engaging with you through the rest of our summit. So next up, we have one of our amazing life coaches who is also an online social media influencer. She has just hit over 150,000 YouTube subscribers, and she has absolutely amazing energy. I want to introduce you all to Andini Overfield, who will also be doing a session later on in this week about starting off stronger. Andini, welcome to our first ever Global Summit, and I look forward to your 10-minute talk with the guys today.
Wow, what intro. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you.
No, thank you. Go.
Hello, everyone. Andini here. So excited for our first summit today. Oh my God. Yes, I'm one of the speakers. I will be speaking on Thursday. So come and join me. I will be talking about starting over strong, or start over strong or stronger. Because, you know, as we are entering the last quarter of the year, so I thought, you know, let's finish this year with bang. Especially we are just, let's say, coming out of this, you know, pandemic and all of that, you know, since last year. So I'm sure many of you feeling a little, I don't know, distracted and unmotivated. So I really, really want to encourage you guys to really finish this year with bang. So I will be covering also about finding what you want in life, your passion, because as simple as it is, sometimes it doesn't feel simple, you know, to find what we want in life. Like for most of my life, like Adele mentioned earlier, by the way, thank you so much, Adele, for sharing your experience. I had that experience as well, where I just live my life, you know, not knowing what I want exactly. I wasn't living my purpose, and it's a lot of stress, you know, and it's not enjoyable. So by finding our passion and really living our life, like Paul mentioned as well, is just go to the basic, how you feel. When you feel that enjoyment and fulfillment, you are living your purpose. So yeah, you're living your passion. So I'm gonna share with you, like, step by step, how we can find what we want exactly in life, what we want, not the society want, like Paul mentioned as well. Yeah, I'm really excited to my speak, and also to learn from other amazing speakers. And one of the way for me is also to do it together, you know, and to do it to start today. So yeah, I love this quote. I'm not gonna, you know, talk very much, because I will be speaking. So I will talk a lot more on my speak, which is on Thursday, 4 p.m. UK time. So I really look forward to seeing you all there. I love this quote by Tyler Durden. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. So yes, so we don't want to waste any more time to do, you know, to live our life doing the thing that we don't enjoy. So it's time now to get up and find that, you know, passion, or not find, but ignite, because the passion is in us, within us. So really just spark that, you know, passion. And throughout this summit, I'm sure you're gonna, you know, on the day 5, you're gonna have something to look forward to. You're gonna have that motivation, inspiration, and the most important, of course, you take that action. because for me, learning is one thing, but taking action, implementing what we learn is very, very crucial. Otherwise, learning, 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 and then you end up, in the same where you were. Thank you so much, guys. I didn't really see the comments here. Totally agree. How often do we say I'll do it tomorrow or someday? Exactly. No more someday, tomorrow. We are all big girls, big boys. It's no more like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know my passion. There's none of that. We know what we want. This is our life, our responsibility, and then we're just gonna do it. Okay. All right, thank you so much. I'm just gonna hand it over back to Paul. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today with us, and I will see you around. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andini. And I love that quote. And I love this hashtag, let's do it today, especially right now. It's kind of September, going into October. We can kind of say, I'll start my goals. I'll start in the new year. I'll start in January. When if we start today, that's when we take the most actions, when we make the most progress. So I love that. And I'm really looking forward to your session that we have. Is yours on Thursday? Correct me if I'm wrong, Thursday. Looking forward to your session on Thursday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you, Andini. And yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Okay, thank you, Andini. So next up, we have our brand new corporate program director, Dr. Joan Swart. She has over 20 years experience in the corporate world, over 10 years in her own private therapy practice, and she's authored, I think she'll correct me, over 3 books, possibly 5, but she's authored a number of different materials in her industry. And I'm really looking forward to welcoming her to our Global Summit and to our talk today. Joan, welcome to our first ever Global Summit. It's fantastic to have you here. Did I get the number of books right? Sorry.
There we go.
Fantastic. Did I get the number of books right? I hope I did.
Yeah, it's 3 books actually of a broad variety of subjects. So as you know, I'm a forensic psychologist. So one of them is actually more about clinical psychology. It's the treatment of youths with a mindful-based cognitive behavioral type therapy. Then I wrote a forensic psychology book, and then one on social media, which you guys may find interesting. So yeah, and then a number of book chapters and research articles and that. So you're quite in the ballpark, and it doesn't matter all that much. But thank you very much, Paul.
No, thank you so much, Joan. I'm looking forward to giving you that space. Thank you.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's good, very good to be here, and it's so good to see you all and see all the comments coming through as well and all the support. So it's lovely, and your curiosity and the way you want to learn is really heartening as well. Yes, hi Priya. Nice to see you all, Sabina. So I loved what Paul said, that you feel your passion, and based on that, you find your purpose. So in this week, as you know, we'll be talking a lot about passion and about how to feel our passion, because it's not always the case. And I find it a lot with my clients that they are not always in the position to be able to feel their passion. So there's a little bit of reflection and work that goes around first before being able to fully feel it. And that is mainly through the use of coaching and supervision, and that increases your passion and your motivation to find what it is that you really love, because passion is what actually drives us to achieve our goals and change our habits, because we need to push out of our comfort zone and put in some effort to be able to live that passion. And this always brings me to the 3-circle model of emotion regulation by Paul Gilbert. Now, I'm a huge fan of his work, and he's worked a lot on trauma as well. And I see quite a number of you is actually hoping or already working with youths or adults who's experienced trauma. Um, and his model is one of the circles is the threat stress circle, and then he's got the drive circle, and that's where your passion is going to live. And then he's got a soothing caring system, and he says that most of us actually neglects that one system. So if we neglect that, then we may have a passion, but we sort of fluctuate, we bounce back and forth between stress and our passion, and we get stuck somewhere there. So it's very important that you look after yourself as well. You find the balance, you find the mindfulness and acceptance, and able to soothe yourself and balance yourself to be able to fully utilize your passion. So that's in a sense what I'll be talking about during the week as well. So you need to have that self-care, balance, and safety. Otherwise, you're not going to be fully able to fully realize your passion and live and work toward that. So in this week, I'm going to be talking about, first of all, on Wednesday, 4 p.m. UK time, I'm going to be talking about navigating the line between coaching and therapy. And we are going to be looking at psychological mindedness. I'm going to explain that to you and how to apply it in your own reflections in your own life. Whether to explore the past with a client, whether you are the coach or the client, it doesn't really matter. It will benefit you to know these things. As you may or may not know, some coach training schools all, and I can never understand how you can actually manage that, because the past is actually the sum total of all of your experiences and is what actually brought you to the place where you are right now. And you shouldn't necessarily get stuck in it, but you may need to process some stuff first. So to ignore the past, I don't think that's always wise. And of course, one needs to exert competence in the process, not just blindly stumbling along and looking into your own or somebody else's past. I'm going to also be looking at when changing beliefs is not enough. And it brings me to what Paul has said as well. So it's fine to believe something, to think something, but if you don't feel it, it's still not going to make fully sense to you. So we're going to look at how to work with clients' emotions or your own as well. There are also times when coaching will not help, when therapy is a more appropriate step to take. So we're going to look at some signs that will guide you in that regard. And then I'm going to explore the 3 C's of coaching as a guide. So we're going to look at what's in the client's best interest, about how to contract, and about what to do about your own competency and how to actually apply that with the client. And then on Friday, so I'm going to be doing 2 talks. Friday's one is more about supervision. So for those of you either in supervision or who want to or are becoming coaches, who are already a coach, many of the accreditation bodies nowadays, like ICF, AC, EMCC, they require you as an accredited coach to have supervision, at least, I believe, 4 sessions a year. So sort of once a quarter to once every second month. And we're going to look at what supervision is and how it's going to help you in your practice. How does it differ from other reflective conversations? I'm going to be speaking about supervision as an integral part of your development as a professional, as a coach, and as a person as well. Then I'm going to be looking at the 7-eyed model of supervision, which, whether you are in supervision or are interested in supervision or not, is going to give you a perspective of how to actually interact with people and look at things from different perspectives. And then just basically how to prepare for supervision to get the most from it. And then important, again, whether you are in supervision or not, the thing about developing your internal supervisor, which is part of the very important self-reflection process as well. So then just again, Wednesday at 4 p.m., my first talk on the difference between coaching and therapy and how to navigate that. And we're going to talk a lot about emotions in that discussion. And then on Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. UK time, all about supervision. So it is great to see you all. Thanks for all the encouragement in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you all there when I talk. Look out for the links. And I had a number of questions already, so I'm just going to quickly answer that. There will be, as Paul said, replays available. I will also make the slide deck available for you guys, so have a look out for that. I have booked that through a Zoom webinar, so look and register on the link that I'll supply in the Facebook forum, and then you'll get all the notifications and the replay links and all of that in your email as well. So thank you all for being here, and I look forward to a great week with all of you. And thank you. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you so much for that, Jane. I'm really, really looking forward to your events. And also so everybody can access that link that you to both of our sessions already. So if you go to our event section, you can find it there, but then also look out for Joan's reminder and update. You can register and not miss the events. And Joan, I really loved what you were talking about in terms of the past, not just to ignore past and let it go. It's easier said to let it go than done. But I really believe that there's work to do. We need to look at it, take our learned experience from it and validate that past and able to help us move forward. I really love that point. It's something I really talk, and I'm looking forward to learning so much more from you over the rest of the week at both your sessions. So thank you, Joan, and at your sessions. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, thank you, Joan. So that is Dr. Joan Sward, who's got 2 sessions up this week, which are going to be absolutely fantastic. And next up, we have our final speaker for our launch event. This lady is an absolute inspiration. She's a business leader and mentor. She currently has a team of over 100 staff, and she works her socks off day in, day out. And I'm really looking forward to what she has to share with us today. So I would like to welcome you to Vijaya Gauri Sankar.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Vijaya, how are you? Good?
I'm good. And it's exciting. I mean, I can just feel the energy. Oh my God. This is such a wonderful event lineup. Yeah.
No, fantastic.
Okay.
I can feel that too. I'm going to hand you the stage, the virtual stage, and looking forward to what you've got to share.
Feel your passion, find your purpose. Paul started with that, and I think he's just set the tone for the entire week. And thank you, Paul, Adele, Andini, Joanne, for your insights on passion and how we are going to delve deeper about all of these aspects this entire week in the Global Summit, the first ever Coaching Minds Global Summit. I am super excited. Are you as excited as I am? I can feel all your energy in all the comments that is flowing through, and what a wonderful engagement. I'm truly, truly excited. And since I came across the Golden Circle by Simon Sinek, which we also discussed in our book club, I have tried to apply it in many areas of my life, and it has benefited me tremendously. And when I was preparing for my sessions this week, I started with the Golden Circle in mind. In fact, most of everything that I do, I start with the Golden Circle in mind, right? Going inside out, like we all know, first why, then how, and then leading to what. So I will be sharing on how to translate the passion into action. Like Andini mentioned, Paul mentioned, all of them mentioned, execution is one of the key. And definitely, I deal with execution on a day-to-day basis. And, for me, work-life integration is very important. Whatever I learn in my organization, I try to bring it back to my personal life and vice versa. So I always try to, integrate both aspects of my life so that it flows very seamlessly. So I will be sharing ideas on how to translate our passion into action. Many of us may be familiar with some of these ideas. Some we need reinforcement again in our life, and some ideas may be completely new. So adding to all the list of questions that Paul and all the other speakers added, for me, it's always important to ask the why question. Why is passion important? And why is action important? So this is something that I would request all of you to reflect on, through this week, and take these two questions with you. Only when we know these two whys, will we be able to integrate them. The bridge that translates our passion into results is built through action. This is my quote, and I, strictly try to follow it. I really, really go back to this whenever I'm struggling. So going again, once again, the bridge that translates our passion into results is built through action. How can we take action and make this passion a part of our daily life? What will it take to make this a sustained action, an integral part of our life, right? It's not just about taking action once, it's about sustaining that action, day in and day out. And so I'm going to be covering three important areas in two of my, opportunities where I'm going to be speaking. One is going to be preparing the action zone and securing it. And the second one is going to be sustaining the action zone. Preparation is the key to achieving any outcome in life. And believe me, a lot of groundwork and preparation has gone in this very global summit. I have seen it happening in the background, so I can definitely say preparation is the key. And, how do we prepare to take that action? What background work do we need to do to set the stage for us to take action and for it to have the impact that it is meant to have? It requires self-awareness, reflection, to understand values, vision, mission, strategy, and then breaking it down into goals. All of these things we have heard in organization. I often question myself if organizations are able to succeed through this year after year, organization after organization, milestone after milestone. Why can't we apply it to our personal life? And so I'm going to be, touching briefly on that. And once we, understand that foundation, it's all about setting goals, and we all set goals throughout our life, day in, day out. It's not just New Year resolution, though that's the most propagated one, but, we set goals throughout the year. But how many of us are able to translate those goals into action and, find the support system on our journey, because that support system is equally important. And all of this we will be touching briefly in preparing our action zone. And, once we prepare the action zone, like, Joanne mentioned, what is it that is going to, secure that action zone, from setting expectations to managing ourselves, self-image, thoughts, conflicts, emotions, distractions, and setting the boundaries. So that is very important. What will it take for us to get that deliberate focus in day after day? And once we prepare and secure our action zone, it's really time to take sustained action and make it an integral part of your life. So smooth flowing, so in the flow that, it just happens seamlessly and you enjoy both your passion through the action. So for this, it's very important to play by our strengths. Knowing our strengths, discipline remains the key. How do we start our day and how do we end our day? It really sets the tone. And, with that stage to really take that sustained action, how do we manage all those very limited resources, time, energy, and handle stress, changes, right? Change is happening every single day. And like Paul mentioned, what will it take for us to get into that flow state when you forget the world around you and you are able to take that sustained action? And like Joanne mentioned, how will we rejuvenate, recreate, reflect, take that step back? Our body, mind, spirit, they all need rest and recharge. How often are we doing it? And I truly agree with her observation that it is the most neglected area, at least it is for me. I think some of you may resonate with that at some stage in life. So we have a great plan mapped out, great. And does it always go according to the plan? We all know the answer to this question, more often not. So life has its twists and turns, and we all know that failure, is one such event that we face in life. So how do we retrospect, revise our plans? The foundation to all of this really lies in being resilient. And we will talk about two models of resilience. So 2 sessions, familiar concepts, some reinforcements, and some new areas to learn, reflect, and apply. Join me on my journey and join all the speakers. As we mentioned, there are a diverse set of speakers. It's always great to learn from all of their experiences and really take what works for you at that point in time. And as I always say, no learning ever goes waste. Holistic picture to take the self-awareness and growth to the next level. That's what this entire week lineup offers to all of us. Passion excites us, it fuels our soul, it helps us to dream big. Action helps us to take that small steps to keep the passion alive. If passion is the journey, then action is the light that shines both in broad daylight and in darkness to take you ahead. Thank you once again to Paul and the entire team of Coaching Minds for taking the time to put together such a big global summit. We've been preparing for it for months now. It's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to share my ideas and for allowing me to learn from each of you. I truly appreciate it. Paul, back to you.
No, and thank you so much, Vijaya, for being here and doing 2 sessions throughout our summit and sharing your talk here at our launch. And thank you for the poetic words as well. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of your introduction is Vijaya is also a poet. So she writes a lot of poetry as well. So she has a really great way of and explain things, which is fantastic. I really loved your point on the why as well. I think it's so important for us to start to ask ourselves that question. Why should I get out these feelings that I'm feeling? Why should I feel my passion? Why should I take that action? Why should I turn passion into action? They're very important questions. So thank you for bringing that into today's space, and thank you for everything you shared, Vijay. Really looking forward to both your sessions this week and learning from you. So thank you so much. Okay, so that is everybody that we have stepping forward to speak on our launch today. I want to say a huge thank you to Adele, Andini, Joan, Vijaya for sharing their brief talks, their brief introductions, and their brief thoughts and tips on passions so we can keep and spark this energy this week. I encourage you all to please post what you're doing. What are you doing towards your passion? Is your passion being ignited? What are you learning from our sessions with our speakers? Continue to keep this energy, not just in this space, but through the whole group for the whole week. So I encourage you all to share what it is you're up to and what passions you are working on. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has tuned in, who has shared their love, their energy, their thoughts, their experiences with our speakers today. It's been absolutely fantastic. The comments box has just been flooded, which is absolutely amazing. And you've all been so warm and welcoming to each and every single one of our speakers. So a huge, huge thank you for that. So coming up next in 10 minutes, we have our very first session, which is a live webinar, which will be feeded through our Facebook group and through the YouTube channel. So it's up to you which one you prefer to watch. But this is going to be with the amazing Michael Earl, and he's going to be showing us how we can develop a Thrive mindset. So we all look forward to seeing you there with Michael and learning what he has to say and the tips that he has on how we can develop a Thrive mindset. Thank you so much, everybody. Looking forward to connecting with you each and every day this week. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Speak to you all very, very soon. Thank you.